reach out to, make the fight. But we didn't know how serious it was. Me and Ryan, we just basically got on the phone. I told him everything I wanted. And I am a competitor. And, when I first started out boxing, when I took it serious and, I was like, this what I'm going to do. I wanted to be, I said, I'm going to be great in the sport. I'm going to be the best. I'm not in here to be, just a competitor. I'm not in here to be just one of the other guys. I want to be the best. I want to be the guy. So it hasn't, nothing has changed. So the world get to see me face it. But, I'm going to rise even higher than I was before.
Now that you're taking care of business, how does you and Devin Haney end? How does that fight go?
A knockout.
45 seconds left, Kenny. Stay sharp, baby.
Bro, I'm real, bro. I'm for real. And put anybody in there in front of me, I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna stop them. Put your money on it.
Recently, Keyshawn Davis delivered a big TKO win over Jermaine Ortiz in his junior welterweight debut, and immediately used that stage to call out Devin Haney for a future fight, shaking up the boxing world.
My question to you is, you called out Devin Haney. You talked the other day, and I told you what Mickey Bay said about Devin Haney and you fight. I talked with somebody that you might know from when you were younger, Coach Sean from Norfolk, Virginia. He told me, when it come to fighting, Keyshawn Davis is just a mean little dude. Like, you can come, you want to box and do all that. He love to fight. Now, I asked you this about Mickey when it came to Devin Haney. Now that you're taking care of business, how does you and Devin Haney end? How does that fight go?
A knockout.
Haney responded directly on social media. Haney replied to the call-out aimed at him with a very concise message. Keyshawn, let's do it, signaling that he acknowledges Davis's challenge and isn't dismissing the idea outright. Keyshawn Davis fired back confidently, saying he'd beat Haney by knockout if they faced off, and insists he's ready for top-level competition.
Devin said, let's do it. I know he's dealing with some legal issues. I don't know what happened. He said he had to turn himself in, but I believe he tweeted Keyshawn, let's do it.
He said that?
Yeah, but he tweeted something like that. Yeah.
Bill was in my DMs. We already was talking about it, honestly, before he even hit the media. So I know it's going to happen in 2022.
And you're good going straight to Devin in your first fight at 47?
If it make money,
Davis insists he'll fight anybody and isn't afraid of big names, saying he's for real and will stop whoever's put in front of him as he chases elite opponents like Devin Haney, Lewis Crocker, and Dalton Smith to prove himself at the highest level.
Devin, you set your targets publicly on Devin Haney, #1 welterweight by ring, most estimations right now, champion. Why is that? Why Devin Haney? And you have half the amount of professional fights he has. Do you think that's something? There's enough in it for him when he's.
I was 6-0 fighting people with 30+ fights, bro.
Stop. I don't mean it from that. What I mean is
stopping him.
Why is he
stopping? No, I'm playing. I'm playing, bro. Nah, why Devin Haney, bro? Honestly, because he's a star. He's a superstar.
You're asking that question. I felt like that's what it was. Go ahead.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm ready to fight anybody. So I'm going for this.
Davis blasted Devin Haney, saying that although Haney moved up in weight since 135 pounds, he still doesn't hit hard and lacks knockout power, claiming he'd be able to stop him and that Haney hasn't shown real punching strength at higher weights yet.
I have no problem against you, bro, but we talking business right now. I will knock Devin out for sure. For sure.
You don't think he's hitting a little harder at 47 than he was at 35 and 40 growing into that weight? That's a no.
It looked like it.
It looked like it.
It looks
to
like
us, Keyshawn.
To me.
Let's see how hard I hit January 31st.
I like it.
Do you think you're already a bright enough star that he'd be willing to take? Because, as a businessman, risk reward. You think you bring enough to the table that he'd want to take the fight? He would take the fight?
Hopefully, bro. I hope he would take the fight. In terms of answering your question, a bright enough star, he's already entertaining me on Twitter and social media and stuff like that. So I guess he sees some money potential in this fight right here. But what I would like to do is I would like to become champion. because that just speaks for itself. Once I come to the champion with the table, you can't play.
Davis says Devin Haney never showed him respect since their early days, and he believes Haney has always underestimated him, claiming Haney didn't see him as a serious threat and failed to acknowledge his skills, even as Davis has climbed the ranks toward elite opponents.
What's the situation with you and Dev?
Yeah, I never with Cuz.
Why?
Because Cuz never with me.
On what tip?
Bro, it was like times where like, me, I was always around Shakur as an amateur and shit. So Shakur introduced me to Floyd, Devin Haney, all that type of shit. So there's a hell of times around Devin Haney, and we 24 fitness playing basketball, regular shit before niggas became celebrities type shit, or just who we are today. And nigga never even looked me in my eyes. Nigga never showed me respect. Like nigga never. Shakur always like, yo, this nigga Keyshawn, this and that third. He be like, for real, that nigga still a kid. And like he just never gave me my respect.
He sunned you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bitch ass nigga, you know goddamn well, nigga. Now I'm here, nigga, and everything Shakur been saying, nigga, I lived up to it and then some. What you talking about? And he's still like, his father used to. It's crazy because my beginning of my professional career, his father used to be like, oh, shit, the businessman. What's up with you? Like dap me up.
My man.
And,
So you always was the
Dev,
businessman.
And Dev was keep his face forward and like, dang, I can't get no pat. Like, nigga, we African American. You can't show me no type of love. You're weird.
All right, well, how about this?
So you've been a businessman
Yeah, hell yeah.
since like an amateur.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Davis showed up and publicly challenged Bill Haney, asking him to promote this fight with Devin Haney, saying he's ready to step up, and that if Haney won't support making the matchup happen, Davis will still beat Devin in the ring, pushing for respect and positioning himself for a high-profile bout.
Wait, but listen, you still got an opportunity when you go handle your business right here, because you know me and you are in the DMs. Correct? And you know you told me that you would look like an opportunity. I believe you.
Not Jermaine, now what we doing?
The same thing that we talked about we were going to do in the DMs before you picked Jermaine.
2026, we doing it.
You promise?
You promise. You the promoter.
Well, I got you. Listen, in the DMs, I got your word on it. All right, just stand on it. Good luck. Handle that business, okay? All right.
Keyshawn has evolved as a fighter, showing improved power, discipline, and focus by stopping Jermaine Ortiz, the first to finish him. Even though Ortiz had previously gone the distance with elite fighters like Vasily Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez, proving Davis is rising fast toward top-level competition.
Keyshawn Davis returned to the ring, stopping Jermaine Ortiz, something that Teofimo Lopez, Lomachenko couldn't do against Jermaine Ortiz. Heck, they had tough battles with Ortiz. Keyshawn relatively was in control and made this look easy. All right, let's talk about the first half of this fight. It was a very awkward and ugly fight as Jermaine Ortiz was moving all around, kind of jittery. Something we anticipated Jermaine Ortiz would do. That's kind of how he fights, really awkward type. Keyshawn Davis was like, all right, cool. The jab was phenomenal for Keyshawn. Yes, the power punches through like the first half of the fight were even. The jab was way in favor of Keyshawn Davis. That's how he was able to keep Jermaine Ortiz at range. So when Ortiz tried to come in quickly, Keyshawn wasn't having any of it. Then the second half of the fight, really rounds 8 through 12, Jermaine Ortiz realized, I can't keep doing that. I'm gonna have to just stand right in front of him and kind of box and try and land some shots, because Ortiz did land some shots on Keyshawn. Nothing when he stood in front of him, man. Keyshawn picked him apart. The jab, the right hand, the left hand, hooks. I'm telling you, everything. Keyshawn Davis is back. In the 11th round, stops him with drops him with a body shot. Goes to the head, nice right hand. Then you can see on the replay, he looks down, sees Ortiz is covering with his hands up here, looks at the body, sees it wide open, left hand to the body, drops him. Ortiz has to take a knee. Then in the 12th round, Ortiz has an awful left eye, swollen, basically shut. They're like, all right, last round, let's go ahead. Keyshawn, 15 seconds left, does what he needs to do, gets the stoppage. The TKO ref says, yeah, no, I can't do it anymore. I can't watch this. And Keyshawn Davis is back. Hey, he called out Devin Haney immediately after the fight. He wants to go up to 47. Already looked pretty big, looked strong at 40, but says that I can go to 40.
Davis reflected on his debut at 140 pounds, noting that he felt unexpectedly comfortable and confident in the new weight class. He described feeling physically stronger and more resilient than anticipated, allowing him to absorb his opponent's punches without losing momentum. Throughout the fight, Davis maintained consistent energy, pacing himself strategically while steadily wearing down Jermaine Ortiz. He explained that even as the rounds progressed, he was determined to secure a stoppage. stoppage, keeping the goal of a knockout in mind from the early rounds. His patience, combined with sustained power and endurance, culminated in a decisive 12th round stoppage, cementing his dominance. Observers and analysts widely praised the performance as impressive for a divisional debut, noting that Davis not only adapted well to the new weight, but also showcased championship-level composure in finishing.
A lot, bro could punch a little bit. I was surprised. I'm like, damn, okay. But yeah, man, I just felt like, I feel like he had a lot of respect for me in the ring. I feel like I was already getting to him in the weigh-ins and press conference. I don't know. I think I just always get to my opponents before I fight. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I just be being myself, for real. And he was showing me a lot of respect in there in the ring. But also, as the fight just kept going on, we both got comfortable with each other, like, all right, bet. So I did feel him actually trying to win, for sure. But, like, after a while, as I kept punching him and as my strength and energy was not going down, he was just in there. So then after like 6th round, I'm like, all right, I got 6 more rounds to go. I'm really about to try to stop you now. You know what I'm saying? Even in the 12th round, I'm like, I'm about to stop you. Like it never left my head. Like, I'm about to stop you. Like, every round, I'm about to stop you. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to.
Keyshawn Davis spoke candidly about the emotional journey leading up to the fight, describing the twists, turns, and personal struggles he faced since his last bout. Davis shared that there were nights when he questioned whether he even wanted to continue boxing, highlighting the mental and emotional challenges he had to overcome to return to the ring. Despite these obstacles, he fulfilled a long-standing promise to his fans by scoring a knockout in his 140-pound debut against Jermaine Ortiz. Performing in front of 20,000 fans, Davis expressed a deep sense of gratitude and purpose, framing the victory as a pivotal moment in his career. He described the fight as a dream realized, demonstrating that perseverance, faith, and determination can turn setbacks into defining achievements, signaling that his career trajectory is now on a promising upward path.
A knockout win in his debut at 140 to cement his status as a top player in the division, and I'm going to turn it over to Keyshawn.
Well, first things first, all glory to God. Jesus Christ for giving me this win. It's been a long time coming, man. From my last fight all the way to tonight, man. There was a lot of twists and turns and up and downs and nights where I just didn't even want to do this anymore. And y'all don't know the half of like how I even got here tonight just to perform. And how I got that knockout is crazy because I always dreamed to get like a 12-round knockout, like 12 round. Like, that was always my dream. So like, to do it in an opponent like Jermaine Ortiz on my return in front of 20,000 fans, that's God, bro. That's God. I feel like he turned my whole career around. And now it's just continuing just to keep trusting in him. That he's going to do even bigger things for me. And I'm here, man. I'm back, and I'm better, just like I promised y'all. Also, I promised y'all a knockout, and I got you.
Keyshawn Davis hasn't been shy about how he views a potential matchup with Devin Haney, and his confidence has spilled into bold statements. On social media and in interviews, Davis suggested that Haney would be easy work for him, claiming Haney doesn't have much punching power and that he has nothing stylistically that worries him, implying he'd handle Haney comfortably if the fight gets made. Davis's tone is rooted in self-belief following his emphatic TKO win over Jermaine Ortiz. He's emphasized that he stopped multiple opponents who hadn't been stopped before and said he believes he'd do the same to whoever stands in front of him, including Haney.
Devin Haney.
I feel like me and Devin Haney will be it'll be an easy fight for me, bro. Like, super easy, bro. Like, and I know I would stop Devin Haney. I've been saying this, bro, before the Ryan fight, bro. He just don't got nothing for me. He got nothing for me. Like, you got no power. You got nothing for me to worry about. Like, what are you gonna do to stop me?
Got you.
And what I got coming with, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he don't got nothing to even stop me. His defense is not that good. I feel like I got better defense than him. I know he fought better opponents than me, so you know what I'm saying? I gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
But I just feel like I got better defense than him.
His resume tough.
Nah, it is.
His resume tough.
But you gotta realize he fought a lot of guys that was smaller than him too, bro. A lot of these guys were smaller than him, and he was saying it in the weigh-ins, you're too small. You know what I mean? So he knew what he was doing, bro. You know what I mean? So everybody got that.
Davis openly blasted Devin Haney for filing a lawsuit related to his controversial fight with Ryan Garcia, calling Haney soft and saying he should accept his setbacks like a real competitor rather than drag the issue through the courts. Davis questioned Haney's sportsmanship, suggesting that taking legal action instead of settling things in the ring was weak and unbecoming of a top boxer, arguing that true fighters take losses with dignity and move on. He also invoked the narrative that Haney's success has been overly cushioned by his father and critics, labeling Haney a daddy's boy who hasn't faced true adversity despite his undefeated record.
So us seeing Devin Haney doing all of this with a person that had 0.1 estrogen, and we all seen that Ryan Garcia was still in there getting tired. It's like, bro, I'm sorry, there's no other word to put it. Excuse my language. That's how I feel. You're soft. You do not take your L's. You a person that been given everything all your life, daddy's boy, making sure you been straight all your life, and now you took your first loss. I feel like you don't even know.
Despite what Keyshawn Davis says about Devin Haney's chin and power, Haney himself insists he's proven he can take a punch and has the toughness to compete at the highest level. After being knocked down 3 times by Ryan Garcia, Haney pointed out that he got up each time and fought back, saying that showed he has a chin and heart and isn't afraid of getting hit. He said he doesn't fear being tested and that overcoming adversity is part of becoming a great fighter, emphasizing that his ability to rise off the canvas demonstrates resilience that others don't give him credit.
Say, oh, he don't have a chin. No, when you get hit and you get up, that's what's showing you have a chin. Being able to get hit and get right back to it.
Did you ever recover from that getting hurt the first time? In the very first round?
I feel like I recovered because I wasn't that hurt. It was more like a surprise.
Like shock.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like I recovered.
What is Bill telling you throughout the course of the fight? What did he have? What type of urgency did he have? What was he saying?
Like I said, I don't want to speak on that too much for various reasons, but yeah.
Are y'all still taking legal action over what he did? Are y'all still thinking about it?
Andre Ward, the former 2-division world champion and HBO ESPN boxing analyst, has publicly acknowledged Devin Haney's talent, work ethic, and potential, offering respect that carries weight given Ward's status in the sport. Ward has pointed out that Haney is a dedicated, disciplined fighter who trains seriously and doesn't allow his focus to waver, noting that his full-time commitment to boxing makes him hard to beat, especially for a young champion still growing into his prime. Ward's praise isn't just superficial. He's highlighted that Haney's combination of skill, discipline, and preparation gives him the makings of a future superstar when properly applied in big fights. In other discussions, Ward has also weighed in on Haney's controversial outings, like the tight bout with Vasily Lomachenko, backing up Haney's performances and urging critics to view close fights more objectively. This endorsement from a fighter of Ward's caliber shows that many boxing insiders see Haney as one of the sport's elite competitors.
Bill Haney has done a masterful job with how he's moved his son. And Devin Haney is the truth. He's got skill. He's probably one of the most technically sound fighters in the game today. I think Haney has the advantage because similar to me and Kovalev, people think, oh, he's been at the weight class longer, so he's bigger. It's like, nah, he might be bigger. Doesn't mean he's stronger. And he's sucking himself down to get to 140. That shows up after that 6th or 7th round. The guy coming up, if he knows how to box and he knows his way around that ring, he ultimately has the advantage because I don't have to look like a skeleton on that.
Would Davis really beat Haney if they fought? Or is this just hype talk with no fight happening? Share your thoughts in the comments.